Good evening and welcome to Gauntlet Comics. Gauntlet Comics is part of the Gauntlet community, which as of today, March 19th, 2019, the Patreon has 666 members, and everyone on Twitter decided to make a big deal about that. So this is me joining in the fun. And we have quite a few more members that are part of the brand new forum. If you're interested in talking about games, and by games I mean tabletop RPGs, hop on over to Gauntlet-RPG and you can join our forums. They are free of charge. The Gauntlet community is a worldwide group of friends, aficionados, and gamer nerds who play online primarily, although there are some physical Gauntlet spaces, such as where it started off in Houston, Texas. But I like to run it online because there's no Gauntlet folks in Jacksonville, Florida. What are you going to do? Gauntlet Comics is a specific living campaign within the Gauntlet community that was kicked off by Jim Crocker and Lowell Francis and myself, as well as Brendan Conway, author of Masks, A New Generation. And we used Microscope to map out New Gauntlet City, which is kind of it is the main city setting for a pretend line of comics. I think of it kind of like a Vertigo line, or you could also think of it as Image or DC or Marvel, whatever you like. If none of that makes any sense to you, let's just say that it's a shared setting that we all create characters and they kind of move in and out. We have a wiki to keep track of as much of this as possible, even a little anchor podcast that does the news of what's happening. And it's been a fun experiment for the last 3 months. We kicked it off in the beginning of 2019. This month, every month in Gauntlet Comics, I choose a different RPG. And through our RSVP system, folks sign up and they come in and we make some characters. And for a month, we tell stories together using that game system in our imagination. And this month's game is Demigods PBTA, which is a game in beta playtest from Jason Mills. And if you're interested in giving it a shot, just Google Demigods PBTA, or you can look for him on Twitter at It's Probably Okay. At It's Probably Okay is Jason Mills' Twitter handle. And Demigods is in the vein of Percy Jackson, a little bit like American Gods, and it uses PBTA, which means it's powered by the Apocalypse, using the Apocalypse engine, which was originally created by Vincent and Miguel Baker for Apocalypse World. Demigods PBTA is in beta, I believe, that sometime this summer. It may have a Kickstarter, and you should definitely check it out because we've had a lot of fun with this game. We are the third session in, and in the past 2 sessions, we've had some crazy adventures and hijinks, chasing a minotaur, ending up in a labyrinth. You can see that Rich works on a theme. And then the third session is the reintroduction of a character that was absent during the labyrinth escapade that happened last week. But before we introduce our characters, let me just let you guys as players know that we do have safety tools that will help us make sure that our fun remains fun. I'm going to proceed forward telling the story with the best intention of something that's on the level of like a PG-13 style of story. But there could be something I stumble upon that your lived experience causes you some problems. Could be something that is just bothersome to you, may even cause you to feel unsafe or extremely uncomfortable. And so I utilize the safety tool of the X card. Now, there are some more subtle and less abstract styles, such as script change, which I think is a very interesting tool as well. But X card, I've found, works for me, and the X card works very simply. If there is a point where you're like, really, Rich, do not have the economy be teeth. All you have to do is you can make an X. Try not to hit your mic. You can make an X. You can type it in the Hangout chat. You can also, because we're using Roll for Your Party, you can hit the X card button there. And any of those methods, I'll see that. We're going to stop for a moment. figure out what it is that you're X-carding. I'm not going to challenge you on it. I'm not going to try to talk you out of it. I'm not going to override you in any way, shape, or form. I just want to understand it. Then we're going to excise that from our play and continue forward. If you don't feel safe even after that moment, if there's a thing where you're no longer having fun, it's an open door policy. If you need to bail, I'd appreciate if you gave me a heads up if you think that you're gone for the session, but whatever you need to do to make sure that you feel safe and happy, that's why we're playing this game. The Demigods PBTA for me is not the game where we go heavy on the angst. That's why I kind of gently mentioned that American Gods is kind of in this vein. It's a way more Percy Jackson in my style. And also, I mentioned Greek mythology. There's a lot of very odious aspects of Greek mythology that I'm not going to have in this game, right? Zeus, you're probably not going to run into him because he's terrible. Like across the board terrible, like irredeemably bad in the majority of the Greek myths. Serial rapist using magic. It's terrible. It's awful. It's unconscionable. That said, there are other aspects of Greek mythology that I find fascinating and interesting, and I love how much it kind of permeates even day-to-day life. Like, I don't know, the FTD florist. Yes, I threw that in because I love Hermes. So there's enough of that. That's my spiel. Thank you for letting me talk for a bit. Let's reintroduce our characters. David, could you remind us who you are playing?
Yeah, I'm playing Pillar. Pillar was created relatively recently by one of the kind of the in-house comic book gods, Morrigan, kind of by accident, sort of as a theoretically as a tool, but he kind of got a life of his own, and he was a superhero for a bit, and now he found out that there's these other demigods, which he's convinced himself he is also one of, and he just might be after these last couple sessions. He has kind of taken upon himself to every kind of object or tool that he comes across, kind of making a dialogue with that thing or being, and sometimes they end up being more being than other people might think they originally were, including I think last time he got a little closer to godhood by doing the ascendance move and made the this ancient calculator type device into his girlfriend because he felt that she should have senses and be able to walk around just as he does. And he sure there won't be anything weird that happens with that, but that's pretty much where we left him, I think.
It is, and just to say it out loud and make sure that I've got it, we're both on the same page. Her name is Antikythera. Is that how we're going to say it, or is there a different way that you say it? And I'll try to remember that.
I think that works. I was considering just maybe a lot of people in canon have a problem pronouncing that too, and maybe she has a nickname. Just like I was thinking, Tiki sounds cute.
I like Tiki. That's fun. Yay.
But, yeah, mostly because I can't pronounce it.
That's totally acceptable in my mind. I am a-okay with us agreeing that yes, maybe she has a name that's a little tough for us to pronounce, and we'll go forward with the best of intentions. Thank you, David. Sherry, please remind us of your character.
My character's name is Althea Allie Darden, so she's behind Tiki as a name that you go by if your name's a little bit difficult or unusual. So she is a daughter of Persephone. She has a strange life growing up, sort of split family, not precisely divorced, just split. So most of the time she lived with her father, who was a human. His name is Neil Darden. He's the garden guy. He's known all around the world. He's a YouTube star, a media person, and he lives in Gauntlet City and is very much a local force for greenery here. But then other times of the year, she would go to stay with her mom, Persephone. That was mostly either, if it was most of the year, it would be with her mom and her grandmother. That could be a little uncomfortable. And mom was very very laid back, and her grandmother was very sort of a go person. And so there was a sort of weird tension that was always there. She kind of liked visiting her mom a lot more during the winter, but that was when she was staying with her stepdad. It was a little strange. It was kind of a weird place. The thing she didn't like about it is that her dinners always had to be like, essentially everything she ate over that weekend had to be packed into Tupperware and taken with them. She couldn't eat anything from there while she was there. It took her years to figure that out. So anyway, now she's here, and she is trying to find her place in this group. Mostly, she just likes inviting more people to join the household. So, she likes people.
She certainly seems to. Awesome. Thank you very much, Sherry. Alexi, please remind us of your character.
Yeah, I'm playing Denny Malachi, the elemental. He is the son of Pele from Hawaiian mythology. His father is a seismologist named Dietrich Calder, who, while he was studying volcanoes in Hawaii, had this dream of an encounter with Pele, and wouldn't you know it, 9 months later, back where he lives, his garage exploded in a burst of lava, and there in the ashes was this newborn baby that was his son. So Danny grew up and, eventually realized that when his father said, his mother was named Pele and lived far away, that was the actual, Pele from mythology. A obsidian shark named Mono was helpful to him here, and Mono has become Danny's, friend and steed, because Mono can swim in lava. And so, Danny, who's kind of a lanky fellow, can sometimes be seen surfing on waves of magma with his shark Mono. Danny is hoping to kind of earn the approval of the divine side of his family. He has not gotten to meet Pele in person yet. He thinks that by kind of familiarizing himself with the world's volcanoes and lava, he can prove himself worthy of that. And he's got a debilitating crush on Cold Heart, who's a daughter of a Hawaiian goddess of ice and snow and a member of this sort of rival team called the Furies.
Indeed, that crushing, the cat may be out of the bag, but we'll see how that goes.
What? Did someone spill the beans?
All right. So the session ended with both, with the charcoal ice cream date, where Tiki came to life magically. There was a conversation between Allie and her boyfriend Demos about this mechanism that he is totally convinced will allow him to summon forth gods from Tartarus and beat them up, which Allie has tried very logically to help him understand might be the worst idea ever, and she believes that it may be the brainchild of Loki, who is the father of the Gemini twins. So that is where we had kind of ended things. And so we pick up with the ending of the date. You guys are heading back to the house. And yeah, if I remember correctly, Pillar had just flown off because he has the winged shoes of Hermes now. And so we'll pick up with Demos driving you back after all the curtain shopping that you did at the mall. And as you guys are coming back, Pillar, you're there. We have the Minotaur is sitting in the backyard. He's just picking blueberries one by one and eating them like with his big long snout, just slipping them in and chewing upon them. And that is when we hear the heavy rumbling and the ground starts to shake. And Demos reaches, like produces an axe ready to fight. The ground, the ant hills up for a moment, and all this red light comes shooting forth. And then we see that is actually red hot magma. And then the head of an obsidian shark comes piercing up from this very small volcano. And by small, I mean like the size of a fire pit. Shark-sized. As Danny and the obsidian shark Mono come bursting forth from the ground. Danny, the last thing that you recall is that you and Colby had stepped through the wardrobe, as it were, and you ended up in a void. Then it became quite warm, which was quite comfortable for you, but rather uncomfortable for Colby. The two of you were chased by, and I'll just show it on screen because I think it's a cool picture, a character that, or a creature known as Orphos, a two-headed dog, and in a last-ditch effort, Colby threw you forward, opened a portal. He said he was right behind you, and after you went through on Mono, you saw the portal closed as the dog's heads were bringing him to ground. So that's the last thing that you saw, is that Colby did not make it through the portal, and you riding on Mono through this portal end up underground and then force your way up, giving a wonderful example of your amazing elemental powers. When you come forth, you see the Minotaur, you see Allie, Pillar, and Allie's boyfriend. By the way, what is the nickname that Demos calls you? Probably don't like it because he calls you that, but I'll leave it up to you.
It's just. Oh wait, whose nickname here?
Oh, so Demos calls Danny something.
Oh, okay.
It's just Lava Boy.
Lava Boy is perfect and right up his alley. That is very Demos oriented. So he says, "Oh, it's just Lava Boy." You know, like puts his axe away and it disappears into some pocket universe.
Whoa! Hey guys, you guys got away from the two-headed dog?
There was no two-headed dog. We did fight a lovely snake lady, though. Don't worry about that, though. She's working for us.
What? Okay. Colby and I fought this dog, and then he did a portal, and I was saying we should have just used, lava from the get-go, but looks like the portal didn't work too great because he's not here. We got to go back for him or something.
Oh, well, it should just be somewhere down in the basement.
What?
The labyrinth is just our basement.
The labyrinth is just our basement?
Yes. But Tiki could probably help us find the dog.
And who's Tiki?
Oh, Tiki is my girlfriend. I created her recently.
You have a girlfriend?
Hell, that's happened.
Nice, way to go, man. I think like Danny goes to high five Pillar.
It's like we also encountered many animals. They were very nice and had one head apiece, though.
Huh.
So Colby needs our help?
Yeah, he was fighting this dog, and then he portaled me, but he didn't get through the portal. I don't know. Danny looks back. Is the lava cooling now? Where he came up from?
It's already starting to cool, and I think that Agalata, your Minotaur, he, of course, like he jumped up as well. It was quite upset about this. Remember, he was rail thin, so he's still starting to fill back in. He's got quite an appetite.
Mhm.
But then he recognizes you, and he probably walks over and pets Mono on the head a little bit. And Mono snaps at him, and he just chuckles. And then he starts patting with his axe on the lava. That's when a older Greek man comes walking. He's wearing a toga, and he comes out. He's barefoot. What is going on?
Daedalus, guess what? One of our friends was down in the labyrinth fighting a big dog, a big fiery dog.
Two-headed dog.
Oh, well, at least it wasn't Cerberus, because then you'd be dead.
So you know this dog?
I know the dog. Yes, of course.
Okay.
That's Orthrus. Orthrus
Okay.
is not very nice.
How can we stop him?
He's a bad dog. How can you stop him? Oh, well, of course you can give him some treats. He's rather stupid. Barks all the time.
So, all right then. So what kind of treats does he like?
Why are you so worried about this two-headed dog? It seems that your friend has returned, so I don't understand.
We have another friend who's still with him. I would just like to get Colby back. But
Just catch me up a little. Who's this guy?
oh, this is another person we met down in the basement. So he's working with us too.
Did you just recruit everyone from the labyrinth to come up here and be in our house now?
Yeah, would you want to live in a basement?
It would depend like on the temperature and stuff.
Yeah, then we figured we had plenty of rooms and we could use a little help. Daedalus is not only a genius, because he is, but he also knows the labyrinth because he created it. I'm thinking if we send him down with some treats, he can probably get Orthus to let Colby go.
That's
all right.
entirely possible, but I have to say, the topography of your backyard is all messed up now. What have you done with this kind of oversized anthill?
Hey, watch what you're calling an oversized anthill, man.
Yes, well,
You think that there'd be anything, to stand on at all if it weren't for the renewing properties of magma bubbling up from the core of the earth?
I kind of
Allie.
lean to Daedalus and I go, it's kind of a sticking point for him. It's, everything's from lava. Just go with it.
Yeah, what kind of a world would it be if there weren't any eruptions at all? Boring world, that's what I say. Who'd want to live in that world?
I'm not.
very well. We all agree that your eruptions are not premature. Now, you want me to go save your friend, that's fine. I will call it rent for the month.
Yes, that sounds perfect. All right. So,
Turn, and he kind of raises his hand. Daedalus is going to the rescue of this weird cheese named child.
oh, yes. Don't worry. What I'll do is I'll just call for a delivery of some dog snacks, and then you can head down with those. I wouldn't want you to go empty-handed and get yourself into trouble. And I'll make a call to have some groceries delivered.
Like Uber Eats. For,
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Simon delivers. All right, that sounds good.
And he says to Pillar, this Daedalus guy seems pretty stuck up. He'll probably get along fine with Colby.
Oh, I hope so. So, all right. I've got Colby handled. So I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. One, I think that Coldheart knows that you have a crush on her. Two,
Wait, hold up. What? I don't have a crush on anyone.
oh, good. Oh, well then. That was just.
Oh,
Wait,
I
but
thought
what?
you said that one time that you did. Remember that time we talked alone?
Shh,
And you were
Pillar,
telling me about.
that was bro talk. You don't go spreading that around.
Oh, okay. I will
Not
cease
cool,
doing that.
man.
Okay, well, I will text Coldheart and tell her that you don't have a crush on her. And then...
Wait. You have Coldheart's number?
Of course I do. I have all the Furies. They're like my second group of best friends.
Hey, babe. Sorry, first best.
Well, you, yeah.
All right.
You know, your friends are my friends, right?
You want me to like take these curtains in for echidna and stuff?
Oh, that'd be great.
All right.
We have a marsupial in the house now too.
Echidna? No. She's more like a lamia, I think is a way to describe it.
I feel like I missed a bunch. Can I have an exhaustive rundown of all the people who are now living in our house?
Oh, boy. That sounds a little sarcastic. Certainly. We have Daedalus. He's lovely. We have, of course, our Minotaur friend, who was the first one to join us. We have Echidna. She's a lamia. We found her in the labyrinth as well. And let's see here. Is there anyone else that I'm forgetting? Oh, well, Tiki, of course, who was... And then, of course, we've got to figure out how to bring all the animals up that were in the glade into the backyard.
Pillar, your girlfriend has moved in with us?
Yes, that's how that works, right?
I don't know. It's pretty fast. You haven't even introduced her to me.
She's got her own room.
I don't know. Usually, you run this sort of thing by your housemates first. I know you don't know that much about how humans do stuff, Pillar. So just filling you in there.
Oh, yes, I didn't consider that. I'll have to think about that. Thanks for bringing that up. She only started moving recently. She stayed in the same spot for a few centuries. So, I thought she could move in to our place, but she should move other places too. You're right.
Yeah.
Like a few millennia. But anyway.
Danny's just processing all of the stuff that's been dropped on him here.
Yeah. And I'll say, but there's actually bigger news than that. Okay, so the Furies stole a dynamizer or something like that. Anyway, it can turn regular people into superheroes for a short amount of time. This would be kind of unwise and dangerous in the hands of anyone. In the hands of the Furies, they've decided to break their parents out of Tartarus. This is going to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, aren't there all kinds of bad things in Tartarus?
Foremost among them, there's Loki, when there's pretty much all of the criminal gods that have been lumped in there.
Why do you want to do this? Is Damos here still, or did he went inside with the curtains?
He went inside with the curtains.
Yeah, he wants to do it so that he can fight the bad ones when they get out.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so see, I figured you'd get that. So here's the thing, though, is I think that when they go to do the trade, they're going to get sucked into Tartarus, and then either we're going to have to rescue them, or, well, first we'll probably have to fight the old bad gods.
I mean, fighting the old bad gods sounds fine, because I bet we can take them, and it would probably impress our parents, And
she kind of goes, you sound just like Demos.
And you hear a crack of lightning, and then a long, you remember those thunders that go, whoa, it rolls across, and the sky starts to darken.
Wait,
it's like 6. It's there's summertime. It's a few hours early, but it's already the sky's starting to darken very quickly.
That seems bad, right?
Right. They better not have started with. And I'm like, Demos, go looking for him.
Sweet. All right, so you go looking for Demos, and you come into the room that you've apportioned for Echidna. Pillar, what did this room? It's not a bedroom. What did this room used to be that Echidna is claimed?
Oh, is this? She was in like a. She had like a pool or something, right? Wasn't she in like a swampy type thing when we found her?
Yeah.
So maybe this is like a weird would it be like a jacuzzi type place?
Okay, that sounds awesome.
And now it's just all like disgusting green water, but she's, made it her habitat.
Okay, so you guys used to have a nice jacuzzi room.
No, it was never nice. It was very 1970s.
Oh,
like
nice.
Shag carpet right up to the lip of the.
It's all like the tub is an avocado color.
Oh yeah.
There's like some goldenrod stuff on the. There's like I love it. It's very 70s. Shag. Sweet. So Echidna is in there, and Demos is arguing with Echidna. And he's like, this could have been cool. Why did you have to green up everything? This is gross. And it's like, babe, she's screwed your whirlpool or whatever.
Nope, that works for her. So it's always easy just to take care of things later. Don't worry about it. And she kind of goes, what's going on though? I mean, check out the weather.
He pulls out his phone and like checks an app. And he's like, storming.
So it's regular weather.
Checks his app again. Is it thunderstorm warning or something? Whatever.
I look at the app. Does it say thunderstorm warning?
Yeah, it's like it doesn't say thunderstorm warning. It basically says sudden thunderstorms reported kind of deal. Like out of nowhere, they're quickly catching up and updating the app for New Gauntlet City.
And she sort of leans in and she goes, "You aren't distracting me, are you?"
What?
Oh, you.
Come on, babe. You need culpable deniability. I read about that stuff. It's fine. It's fine.
No, this is trouble. Are you ready to go rescue your friends?
I mean, ready to kick some ass.
Yeah, let's hope that you have that option. And I kind of turn around and I go, I think they've started dynamizing. Where do they go?
Wow, I don't know what you're talking about, babe.
And she sort of latches onto his wrist and she goes, well, see, you're not going to get to fight anyone until we get there.
Okay, I can tell you where I think they are.
Uh-huh.
Because that's the best place to go fight. It makes sense. That's cool. Yeah, we're good. How are we going to get there? Because it's downtown.
What? Downtown?
Well, yeah, like more viewers. It's right by the TV station.
So you're going to loose a bunch of elder gods? Well, not elder, but, old gods into the middle of downtown?
Where else would you fight an elder god except in front of the largest populace possible?
Oh my God.
He looks over at Danny. Danny, you get this, right? Come on, lava boy.
Hey, it's not my name, okay?
So,
right?
So
I don't call you Axe Boy.
That's totally lame. I'm way older than you.
What? How old are you?
I'm older than you. How old are you?
Then he's like, you first, Axe Boy.
I'm 24.
Then
we gotta go.
Yeah, that's older than me.
Okay then.
Kind of leave them there and head towards downtown.
Okay, you're going to head towards downtown? Awesome.
Yeah.
What about Pillar? What are you doing?
I think has Allie kind of snuck out, or is she?
Yeah, I'm curious. Aren't you probably bringing your crew?
Well, I figure they're having this dumb fight. and so she's just kind of walked out on that, if that makes sense.
Okay, but Demos, once he got over the I'm older than you, he's all like, yeah, let's go fight him. He can't fly, so he'll have to drive his Miata.
No.
Yeah, I
Well,
think.
Pillar can fly, right?
Yeah.
Can you take me with you, Pillar?
Oh, of course.
All right, let's go.
What? Babe!
It's you and
Okay.
your friends that made me do this. So
Where is Pillar taken off from the yard?
Yeah. That makes sense, right? Just take off from the yard.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking if we're in a room, he just goes right through the window or wall. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
What? You can fly? That's new.
Oh,
So he
yeah.
goes, like runs and gets in. He like hops in the Miata because it's a rag top. So he like hops in all cool and takes off and starts zooming along, leaving you behind. But Mono's there, so you can.
Yeah, I think I'm like, Mono. I know it's weird for me to be the one saying this, but it feels like everyone's just charging in without thinking here. I gotta try something. You got my back? I knew I could rely on you, Mono. Denny's gonna go to where he kind of burst out of the ground earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like put his hands on it and like heat it up again. So there's like this swirling lava pool in the backyard.
Okay.
And then he's gonna be like, all right, come on, Mom, give me something. Show me what's going on. And he's gonna stick his face into the lava.
Oh man, that's crazy. Sounds like you're using your new visionary move.
It definitely does. Okay, so I'm rolling plus judgment, which is -1.
I love this. You definitely are good at judgment.
So that comes to a 7.
What? Okay, what happens on a 7 with this fine move?
All right. So yeah, so I can see into the near future, recent past. He just wants to see whatever's useful, so it could be future or past, but something about this device and this plan that's going down. On a 7 through 9, the portents are muddy, but the general idea is clear.
The portents are muddy for a person who shoved their face in red hot lava. That's awesome. So you dive into the lava. It's not like it would be a thing for you. It's like Aquaman in water. By the way, Aquaman, really fun movie. Totally recommend it. Shove in, and then the red of the lava gives way, and you see these like cool blues, and there's a little bit of like the fog machines and some laser lights, and you are looking in. So, question, Danny, are you the kind of person that goes around? Do you go clubbing? Have you been to clubs? Do you club?
Probably on occasion. He's probably not as into it as he wants to be.
Not as into it as he wants. Okay. You see the Phantom nightclub. You recognize it. It is in downtown West here in New Gauntlet City. And the Phantom nightclub used to be a prestigious theater until the owners were involved in some sordid affairs. It was shut down. The building was purchased. It was remodeled and became a nightclub about 10 years ago. It's kind of a pub, but there's also a good amount. Like occasionally they will have some live shows. And you look and you see the Phantom nightclub, but it is more full than you have ever seen. Like it's packed, standing room only, people pressing against themselves, trying to get to a particular woman. And you, for some reason, you know that this woman's name is Alexia. Actually, I just realized I'm talking to Alexi. So let me do a different name because that could be confusing. Let me grab that because I prep names that I didn't even think. That's a bad idea. So hold on just a second. And
No
we'll
worries.
give her
Much
a
appreciated.
different name. Yeah, that's my bad. So her name is Sophia Stolody, and I will put that in the NPCs in just a moment. She is incomparably beautiful. breathtakingly so. And she is mixing. Like you can see she's got 2 decks, and she's mixing up this music. She's got like one headphone on and the other headphone free, and she just all smiles, and you see she's got like a sleeve of tasks that look just perfect, and it's like they're moving, and everyone is trying to press closer and closer to her as she mixes up this music. You can tell that it is on the precipice of madness, as they all try to get closer and closer to Sophia. And that is what you see in your vision.
Oh man, what's this hot chick have to do with the Tartarus stuff? Oh man, we got to check this out, Mono.
His tail swashes, and the Minotaur like moves back. And I assume that you will jump upon Mono and take off.
I think Danny's going to be slightly more circumspect. I think he's like, all right,
Ooh.
Mono, I'll take the high road, you take the low road.
Okay.
So Danny's going to go overland and instructing Mono to like, swim into the ground and be ready to burst out to him when he needs him.
Oh, cool. Does Danny have a car then?
Probably not.
So he's calling an Uber?
Yeah, he's calling an Uber.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So we cut to Pillar carrying Allie, I assume? Like carrying Allie like that? Or are we actually doing the Superman thing, like with Lois Lane? Like, what does this look like, Pillar? How are you traversing through the sky with Allie? It's magic, so whatever you say, I'll accept, pretty much.
Yeah, I was picturing it. He has like these, at least in that picture I found, like these giant forearms. So maybe he's just like cradling her like a cat kind of thing. And I think on the way he's like, Allie, this plan I think is bad. I know that no one here has been a superhero like I have that one time that I was a superhero. But releasing villains from prison is usually bad. It's usually not advised.
I completely agree with you.
I hope they don't do that.
We'll see. They've started doing something. We just got to keep them from making a total mess of it.
Yes, I'm glad. I think, Allie, you would make a good superhero.
You think?
I like your judgment.
I have to think about what costume I'd wear.
I don't wear one, and I get by fine.
You're made of rock, but I bet you would look pretty cool in a costume.
Yeah, I think that that's maybe when we get there, right?
Yeah. So I love that. That is
like just the ellipses.
We see this silhouette across the panel, moving across the panel of Pillar flying with the little winged feet carrying Allie, and you see that there is in the sky, like the clouds are starting to circle, and there's effectively like an eye of the hurricane. It's in downtown West, which is not far from the river. And as you guys come closer, you see that there are like lines of cars in the street. The number of people kind of stop. Some people are actually abandoning their cars and running down the street. Like they're just literally hopping out of the car and running down the street. What do you do?
Jump into the middle of it and make sure people make it out okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. It sounds like you are trying to perform under pressure to get something done when the heat is on. Make sure that nobody hurts themselves here.
Yes.
So let's have you roll 2d6 plus metal. It turns out that for a person who's been proclaimed really good with judgment, Allie's actually much better with her metal.
Yes. So, all right then. So I will move 2 of the dice down lower, and those are the ones that I'm going to reroll.
Okay.
And I
Rerolling an
rolled
11.
terribly.
Oh, roll double, so mark that XP.
All right. See, there's a good thing.
That is the good thing. The bad thing is the 2 and 2 plus 2 for metal. is a 6.
Oh, let's see here. Can I use a thread?
No. I don't
No.
think you
Okay.
can spend an XP. Now, if you were to gain some aid from someone,
Yeah,
that
I was
is
just about to suggest that maybe I could lend a hand. Let's see. So, are they? What kind of area are they kind of coming out of?
Oh,
Or is it just kind of pandemonium?
there's no one coming out of a barrier. There's just people are like, it's as if a mob, instead of running away from something, they're all frantically running towards something. It's like something is triggered on a primal level. These people's, their desire by car, by train, by hook, by crook to get to a place. And Allie has to be dropped down, and she's trying to direct traffic. She's, some people get knocked over, maybe she's gotten caught up, and then looks as if she might be swept away. You can lend a hand if you wish, but I'm curious how you do that.
All right, I think in that case, maybe we kind of land, and Pillar sets her down, and maybe she tries to do that, and Pillar's like, "Oh, hold on, Allie," and he kind of just lifts her up again to like the full extent of his height. It's like, try it now. They'll be able to see you better.
All right. So this is really bizarre behavior. I expected him to be running away, and I think it's when she realizes that they're running towards the spot. Can she figure out where it is?
Cool. So let's actually, you do need to roll provide aid, Pillar.
Okay. Oh, right.
So let's resolve that. Roll 2d6 plus tangles.
So that is an 8.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, you get a +1, which pushes you to a 7 for your roll, Allie, and a 7 on perform under pressure. So there's a complication, and you can choose one option from the list.
Okay.
Take one harm, something breaks, it takes longer than it should, the result is only partially effective, or your next roll is with fortune's disfavor.
I think that I will actually almost make sense that she takes harm because she's so intent. I think that she sort of jumps free of Pillar's, essentially shielding, and kind of comes down badly in the middle of all of these people, but she's sort of streaming along with them at least. But yeah, I think she's got, she's like messed up her leg a little.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that reads. That totally makes sense for me.
And then I'll mark that. So she's super intent. And I think she's going, she's yelling back to Pillar to follow. But she does stop when they go past a car that's been parked. That's a really good color. And she sort of points to it and says, "You'd look great in that color." And then
All right, good. So you guys are able to save a few people from being trampled, but you're still going to need to figure out. You can either follow the crowd, as it were, or if you want to try to figure out what is going on, that could be an option for you. What do you guys want to do?
No, Pillar's much taller than I am.
It's true.
Yeah, I think we're trying to figure out how it is, or what's going on.
Okay. Then you need to roll to read the weave.
Yeah, I'll do that. What is that? A weird, right?
Reading the weave is judgment. So sorry.
Oh, okay. No, that's better.
Huh.
I'll take it. Oh man, shouldn't have said anything. I got a 5 there.
Fiver. That is rough, and that is beyond help. Cool. So, watching what's happening, and as you do, trying to figure out. It looks like they are all headed towards the the shining lights that are emanating from the Phantom nightclub. Oh yeah, mark a threat for missing a roll. Thank you for that catch, Alexi. As always, you rock. So you see the shining lights of the Phantom nightclub, and you see now appearing. There is this name, Sophia Stolidi, and that's starting to click for you. However, you are then witness to a fire engine that turns its sirens on and starts just plowing through cars to move people aside. And yeah, what do you want to do as you see quite a few people are going to get hurt?
Well, fire engines I can deal with way better than, these fleshy people. So I think Pillar is gonna kind of get in front of this fire engine and kind of put his hands out and just like, stop, friend. What's the rush? I don't know what kind of role that is, but
okay, so you want to talk to the engine, not the people driving the engine. I think so. Deus Ex Machine doesn't make sense because you know how it works. You're not attacking. You could, if you wanted, use Bulwark, but that's not what it seems like your intent is. It seems like you're doing something really bizarre. You're trying to bend fate, it seems like to me.
Makes sense.
And, use your your gifts with machines to try to talk this thing out of using its locomotion, I guess.
Yeah. They do have the machines act weird when I'm near, at least. So I've got the fictional position for that. Let's see. You said, which move was it again?
The bend fate, which is weird.
Okay, perfect. Oh man, not doing great tonight with rolling, but that is still 4.
Oh wait, hold on. It is an XP on a miss, right? You didn't mark XP because of a miss. You rolled a 5 because it was 2 3s.
It's usually not XP on a miss. It's
that's right. But once per session, Pillar gets Sorry. My brain catches up eventually. Good deal. Cool. So you have rolled another fail. Is that what's happened here?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So yeah, you try to speak to the fire engine, and we see in the panel the engine's getting closer. Pillars, no worries whatsoever about what's going down. And then we cut away to see the icon of the Uber, and it's arriving for Danny. And then you get a call, and the Uber picks you up. And you start heading towards the Phantom nightclub. It's been a long
Phantom
time.
nightclub. Step on it.
Oh, Uber driver is like, oh man, you too?
Yeah. Wait. What do you mean, me too?
Look, it's like surge pricing, man. Something going down in Phantom nightclub's crazy.
Okay. New plan. Can I pay you to go around and not take people to the Phantom nightclub?
I gotta call. Hold on. And he goes onto his app and starts trying to call in to help because he's never had that one before.
Let me try to sway him.
Yeah, I think that might be a good way to
go. Which is plus awe. So that's a flat roll in my case.
Your awe is flat.
I got an 8 though.
An 8? Okay, on a sway on a 7 to 9 with an NPC, they'll do it, but they demand some kind of price. He says, "Search pricing, man." Let's see, what would he? Wait, he's like, "You're going to tip for this crazy stuff, right?"
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of treasure in the house actually. Hold on, can I just pull some, duck back into the house and then come out holding some bit of our labyrinth loot or whatever, something that's kind of like obviously valuable, mythical.
Yes, that sounds splendid. I would love it if you give forth one of the treasures that the others has earned. Let's see. They think they got the winged shoes of Hermes, the Apollo's bow, which are being worn. Apollo's bow and the apple of Eris, or the apple of discord.
Definitely. He's if it's around and he can grab it, he'll be like, "Oh, cool, golden apple." And brings it out to give to this guy.
And you notice it's like he looks at it, he goes, "For the fairest." Oh yeah, I'm gonna give this to my girlfriend.
And, totally, man. And just basically go and like when people call you to go to the Phantom nightclub, tell them that it's been condemned and no one's allowed to go there anymore.
Sure, got it. No problem, man. You want me to just drop you off then?
Yeah. I got another ride.
Okay, cool. So he pulls you off to a corner somewhere not far from downtown West, but you can see that it's just, you can hear horns honking and masses of people that are just traveling. It's like a Segway that passes you by. Some older guys, really intent, but going really slow. Do you call Mono to you then?
Yeah, I'm gonna call Mono to me. All right, old buddy. Tried to do this the subtle way, but looks like we gotta stop these people from getting to this nightclub. I got a real bad feeling about this the hot DJ chick. Let's make a little bit of a roadblock, huh?
And then the tail thrashes and you start kicking up lava. I assume this is a thing where you want to tear up the roads.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to roll Cataclysm.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Is that? Oh no, that's more about causing harm and stuff, though. I just wanna make a huge, mess with lava that'll deter anyone from trying to get close to the nightclub. Kind of like in the middle of like a major road near it, something that'll cause people to turn around, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm reading that Cataclysm. It's a shame you can't use it. Like, I mean, if everyone takes 6 harm, yeah, that's kind of terrifying and probably not a thing.
I'm really not. Yeah, I'm not aiming it.
Yeah, you're not trying to hurt anybody. I get what you're saying. I really wanted you to be able to use the move because it's super cool. But
I mean, if you're willing to give it to me and just say that the 10+ effect is I create an effective barrier, and the 7 through 9 effect is the harm gets dished around, then I'd be happy to roll that.
Let's do it. I like that. I prefer that over you got this cool move that you may never get to use because it's only about killing folks.
All right, let's see how this goes. I'm rolling with weird, and like I think like just like visually he's got his thrashing obsidian shark, creating some lava near him, and he's also just kind of like reaches down, touches the ground, and some kind of like veins of magma start spreading from where he's touching it, and he like gives like a spirit yell as he summons up this huge cataclysm, and I rolled a 10.
What? That's awesome. So yeah, you rip up some of the road, and a couple of buildings start to crackle and wake down. What else do we see in this moment of your minor?
Yeah, kind of a big cloud of ash that billows up into the sky. So like even people like far away from the direct damage kind of see now this kind of pillar of volcanic dust in the air that hopefully leads them to change their plans.
Yeah, I think that's pretty terrifying.
And there's a lightning storm going on, right, with this hurricane. I think we get some of that kind of like red lightning that will like kind of leap from clouds into the like smoke, volcanic smoke billowing up, and it kind of lights it so it's lit from kind of red lightning above and like bubbling lava below.
This is much better than what was going on. You've made things so much better.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like Danny like stands back. He's like, "It's good. It's good to help people."
I think you've caused some collateral damage, so go ahead and mark that.
Nice.
You can also kind of put your element on display. So yeah, that's
I mean,
great.
I'll take it if you give it to me.
Yeah, I mean, you only get it once per session, so that sounds pretty on point for me. Hashtag branding. So we cut to the moment when it looked like maybe the fire engine was going to plow through Pillar. Maybe it was going to stop. You calmly are conversing with a Pillar. And that's when see just this blur of movement, and you are picked up. And you're picked up by two individuals who are moving incredibly fast. And you see that it is the Gemini twins, and they run across the street, up a building, like literally, Batman and Robin, old Batman and Robin style. Like they are running up the building, carrying you and taking you up to the top of the building. And is there anything like there's like 2 panels of them as they're carrying you, and Ella says, "You should go home. Just go home, Pillar."
Oh, I'm here to help. What's going on?
Says, no, you're fine. There's just a big party going on. Don't worry about it, Pillar. And then they deposit you on the top of the building, and they start to turn and leave. What do you do?
But I love parties. Colby brought me to. Oh, where are you going?
Allie, Pillar just disappeared. He stood in front of a fire engine. Then you saw the streak of like purple and green. You probably recognize Ella's streak. And then he's gone. What are you doing, Allie?
I think I've gotten well and truly mad at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is going very poorly, and I know that essentially what is going on is someone has decided that they're going to gather a whole bunch of people to turn into superheroes to do the weighing, and that is pretty crappy. So I'm going to get to wherever it is that this source is, where everyone's meeting,
mm-hmm.
and I'm going to put my diamond scepter forcibly against whatever it is that is calling them. That
cool.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So you make your way to the Phantom nightclub. You have to kind of push. Is this a thing where you would shove people out of your way, Allie? Are you mad enough to force your way physically through? How is it that you get in the Phantom nightclub?
I think that it isn't very particularly hard for me. Apparently, I can change animal form. This is like something that inherently I can do. So there's a thing of once I pick where it is that I'm going, I think I just turn into a flock of swallows.
Nice.
And
it's a shame that you didn't become a flock of seagulls.
No, it isn't. I wasn't there for the 80s, so yeah.
Okay.
Allie doesn't know.
Allie doesn't know.
She's naive like Pillar when it comes to music.
They didn't play that in the other world. Okay. Cool. So you flock of swallows, which is perfectly fine. You fly in and somehow reform, maybe up in the rafters, the the Phantom nightclub. And that is where you see her. I've actually stuck a picture of Sophia in the NPCs in places. It's kind of a small picture, but for reference, that girl's name is Mari Ferrari is her DJ name. And she's a legit DJ in the real world, but I'm just using her picture because she looks pretty and is a legit DJ. So that is Sophia Stolidi, and she is mixing, and you can see the look of ecstasy on people's faces. They cavort, they dance, they just keep moving closer, and she emanates this power. And you've seen this kind of deific power before. You've seen this level of grace. and she's exuding it. Just like it's just coming off of her. It's not like she's even trying. It's not like she even knows what she's doing. She's just
Smite.
playing. Nice. Okay. Sweet. Cool. So you drop down from the rafters. You're gonna go up and smite her. That sounds amazing. So let's have you smite your enemies. Roll 2d6 plus prowess. I'm sorry, I was just still tickled by smite. That was a great reaction.
Okay, so I have I'm good at this. Like I'm ferocious. I got to see what that means again. So, let's see here. Okay, so when I fight, I do extra harm. And if I have an epic weapon, it does even more harm.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to knock her out of her deific whatever it is. So here we go. And I'm adding 1, I think, to this. Oh, my God, I cannot roll tonight. I got 4.
Nice. I mean,
No.
bummer.
It's awesome. It'll be an interesting twist. There we go. Crazy.
Sweet. So you come forward to smite her with your scepter, and just want to make sure that I'm following the rules. I have an instinct of a thing. Yeah. You come up with this. She looks up, and there's just this moment of it's obvious this girl's never been in a fight before. She just looks up as you come down from the rafters with this diamond scepter. We have 2-panel movement, it's just that slow moment of Thor, when Thor was about to smite somebody, and you've got this kick-ass diamond scepter, and she just, and you bring it straight down onto her crown. And this epic weapon that you have, this gift from Hades himself, shatters like glass. And then she flinches, and the music stops, and everyone's shocked for a moment. Pillar, you're outside. The music just, you could hear it, the thumping bass. You could feel it in your feet. All the buildings were moving and shaking to this heavy kind of bass rhythm. And then everything stops. What do you do?
This seems like the perfect time to fly in there, right?
Absolutely. Cool. So you start to fly into the Phantom nightclub at the same time. Danny, Mono, and you appear bursting up from the ground, and you see Pillar, and stepping in the way of the two of you is Coldheart. She steps in the doorway, and she holds up her hands. You see the mist coming off of her hands. She says, "Stop."
And I think Pillar is gives her a high 10. It's good to see you, but we need to get in there.
No, you don't. This is all part of a plan. Danny, help me out here.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you and Pillar give us some space?
I mean, sure. Just yeah. We were. Yeah. That's cool. Hey, cool. Get it? Because you're.
Thank
cool.
you for the cold pun. It's very unexpected.
Anytime.
Okay, cut back inside to Allie as you're holding your broken epic weapon, and the DJ Sophia Salidi, she looks at you and she says, "Wow. Sorry about your thing."
And she goes, "You have got to stop playing unless you want to be the death of all these people. Is that what you've chosen?" And I think I grab her by the shoulders.
Ooh, nice. You grab her by the shoulders, and she says, No, I'm just playing. She
No,
pushes
you're
you.
not.
She's like trying to wrangle her. Like she's not a fighter, right? So she's just kind of wriggling away from you. Stop. I'm just playing. I don't know what you're talking about.
And I think I'll grab her by the wrist and I'll go, look at all these people. And I'll start trying to pull her out of the club. Like, I want her to see what's going on.
Okay. I think you're trying to sway her. The color of pulling her out of the club makes sense to me. But roll 2d6 plus. Aw.
Okay. That's a 1. We already know this is going to go badly. Oh,
We
yeah.
do.
It could only get worse. It did. Watch, it went to 2.
So the good news is that you get an XP because you rolled doubles.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, you've definitely said something awkward for Danny there. Thank you for asking that question because that was about as painfully awkward as the cool button. So you grab her by the wrist for a moment, and so I'm just again glancing over my moves to make sure that I'm following. Yeah, I think despite herself, she shirked away from the scepter. You grabbed her by the shoulders and she didn't fight you. But when you grab her wrist, she just slings her hand and this godly might throws you back. You fly across and smash against the back wall. And she says, I'm going to play, and you're going to listen.
Okay, and I will yell, and you will be the death of all these people.
And then she scratches and cues up another bit of the music, and we hear the whomp, whomp, whomp start up again, and people give out these cries of excitement and delirium. And I'm going to go ahead and say that by throwing you across the wall is going to give you a couple of harm. Pillar and Danny, the two of you are outside. You hear Allie. You heard this argument. You heard the DJ Sophia as she rebuked this sense that Allie was trying to talk into her. But DJ Sophia is caught up in the moment and expressing her untold power. And it looks like Coldheart's letting this happen. And she says, Coldheart says, it's the only way I can get my mom back. So I'm sorry, but this is happening.
Coldheart.
Then she's going to freeze up the door. And she's standing in front of it. She's going to basically try to keep you guys out of here. You've got a billion ways she can probably get in, but that's her intent. So
I'm going to say to Coldheart, just like, well, Danny does not have a crush on you, and we need to get in there.
What? Why would you say that, dude? Not this time.
I thought that was what... Oh, well, we need to get in there no matter what. I just heard my good friend Allie in there.
Yeah, we got to do this. Out of the way, Coldheart, all right? I don't want to hurt you. Not because I have a crush on you, just for normal reasons. I think he's gonna like run at the door, like summoning up some lava around him to smash through the ice that she's summoning up.
I think that you are trying to perform under pressure here, right? You're not attacking her. You're not smiting your enemies. Does that feel right to you?
He's not. Yeah, he's not going to smite Coldheart unless like really has to.
That's what it felt like to me. So go ahead and roll 2d6 plus metal.
Plus metal. What's my metal? My metal's 1. That's a 12, all told.
Wow, that is a mighty nice roll. Okay, on a 10 plus. So let me double check. So you have to unlock Godlike with an advance, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, you have to advance, and that's an advance. Yeah, after 5 advances, you can move stuff to Godlike. Okay, so on a 10 plus, you get to choose. Oh, you get it done, no problem. Sweet. So what does this look like as you burst into the club?
Yeah, I think he's kind of I think he's kind of running, and then and there's like some lava kind of swirling in the air around him, and then he like leaps and does like a elegant dive basically with like kind of just like a spike of lava right in front of him because smashed through the iced over door, and then he like dives and like ducks and rolls and is like back up on his feet inside the club.
Nice. And Pitler, what do you do?
I think he just, after that crazy, thing, he just kind of maybe pushes Coldheart away a little bit and just walks in casually behind him.
Sweet. Allie, you see that Pillar and Danny Mokole have joined you. The people are starting to dance again. They're definitely in your way. And DJ Sophia is ignoring you, caught up in the throes of her own abilities. The music makes there's a core part of you that really wants to dance. You are a demigod. You can work past that instinct, but these people cannot. And like you said, they are innocents, and this is going to go poorly for them. Your physical attack has not been as successful as you'd hoped.
No.
What do you want to do? Do you want to take our first break here? Let people kind of stew on it, and then we'll pick back up?
If you want.
Is that okay? Or did you have an idea?
I wouldn't say I had a great idea, but
we're demigods. Since when do we have great ideas?
Well, that's the thing is, I think let's see here. I don't really want to fight her. No, a break might be a good idea. I have to check something, okay?
All right, 24 after, let's meet at the half pass. So
all right.
Like 6-minute break. See you guys in a few. Welcome back, everybody.
Be back.
Cool. And Sherry, I muted you when you stepped away in case you didn't see that.
That's fine. Sorry.
No problem.
So, sorry about that. I had used my two foremost methods of dealing with someone, so I had to come up with another one.
Don't forget, you guys have ascendance moves, and those are excellent ways of dealing with godlike beings. So that is also an option out there for you. You should probably mark the act like a plant or animal since you became an animal. So you should mark that once per session and go ahead and take a thread for that.
Oh, okay. We'll do that. Always lose these. Okay. So here's my thing is she's a problem. She's already called these people here. I've seen that Pillar and Danny are here. I'm not going to hit her anymore. I'm just going to call up every cockroach in this place. And I'm going to send it upward and downward. And I'm going to send the swarm looking for the dynamizer. And I'm going to send them up over everyone and up over the walls and up through the thing. And I'm going to call all of them from all the 4 city blocks around. And they're just going to cover this building.
That is amazing. So you're using for the swarm. You can summon and command a swarm of insects, rats, spiders, or small birds for the duration of the scene. They can inflict 1 harm, but their usefulness usually lies elsewhere. They will exhibit a collective intelligence and loyalty to the verdant, which is you. So, yeah, I think that a demigod summoning a swarm of cockroaches is definitely going to have a significant impact on the crowd that's gathered here. Is the 2 warring primal instincts are going to. So, what is the intent is really to find the device, the after effects of these people getting freaked out, of DJ Sophia perhaps being you're not looking to have them attack her. It's really just find this device.
Right.
Sweet. So what I'd like to do then is have you read the weave, but I'm going to allow you to roll with fate's favor because you have summoned this swarm. Does that feel fair? It's like Alexi Davis. Does that feel like a fair adjudication of the after effects? Okay, cool. So let's do that. So you're rolling plus judgment, and you get to roll 3d6. Keep the best 2.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get my roll for the party, which I managed to close somehow.
Oh, I can link you if you need it.
I got it. I found it. Here we go. Okay, I got
you
one.
You rolled snake eyes, so you know it's going to be better than that.
Yeah. Okay, so here's 3. Let's see here. Oh my gosh! So between those, I got a 7. Took all 3 dice to get over a 6.
Wow. Okay, so on a 7, you get 2 questions from the appropriate list.
Okay. So, and that's under basic moves. So
there's a whole bunch of questions there because you can read a person, a place, or a thing, which is called an artifact.
Let's see here. How does this place factor into the weave, as in why this place?
Great question. So the why this place is, you realize from reading the weave, this place is not a factor. This girl, so the device was used on her. She's been bestowed these temporary godlike powers of becoming a muse. And that's what you see in the weave. There's this unnatural amount of energy around her. She doesn't know how to wield it. It will go awry. And that's what you get from, so it isn't the place, it's her. It's what's been done to her. As you expected, they tripped the trigger early, And yeah, does that feel is that fair enough answer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it does.
You have a second question.
Let's see here. I guess it's what is the greatest danger in this place? My take on it is I'm looking for the dynamizer. So see if it's here.
Cool. So continuing to read the weave, you can tell that the dynam. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me grab the name because I actually stuck it in NPCs in places. Because dynamis mechanism. There we go. The dynamis mechanism. Not that that name's any better than any other name. I just want to pick. Like I said, a name, so I want to stick with my name. Okay, so the dynamis mechanism's after effects are here, but the device itself is gone, as are the Gemini twins.
Okay. All right.
Cold Heart seems to, yeah. Cool. Right. So you read the weave for a moment as your friends have joined you here in the Phantom nightclub, and what is it that you wish to do with that information, Allie?
I think I tell them, I'm like, okay, the dynamis isn't here. They've got her enchanted. They're not here. For all I know, she's a distraction.
I mean, she's pretty distracting.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah. Sorry.
And you see the smoke, looks like from your vision, the laser lights, and there's DJ Sophia. Yeah, the smoke covers up the cockroaches so that he can fulfill his vision. but then the cockroaches move, and people are screaming, and there are a number of people that are running away over a bunch of ice, chunks. Cold Heart at this point, she's gonna come in, right? At this point, she's gonna come in, and her plan is she's gonna form up an ice wall in front of DJ Sophia. So
just kind of blocking her off from us, basically?
Yes, pretty much. Knowing that there are speakers and electric wires and everything like that, she can continue to play. And it's one of those translucent. I always get translucent and transparent mixed up. Like the one you can see through ice. That would be transparent, right?
Oh, yeah. Maybe I think Pillar will look down, I guess specifically at Danny, and it's just like, Danny, if you can get rid of this wall, maybe I can talk to this turntable and maybe help it focus these new powers that this DJ has, so people aren't hurt anymore.
All right. It's pretty crazy day, but that seems worth a shot. Yeah, Danny's gonna go after that ice wall and just try to blast it back with lava.
Oh my! I think you need to perform under pressure because Cold Heart does not want you to do that.
Oh man, it's like one of those wizard duels where two people are like shooting.
It's totally one of those things.
Yeah, it's just like
totally one of those things.
Cold.
You start glooping out the lava, right? And she's forming up more ice with her hands. And yeah, you guys are at wizard battle, totally.
All right. That's a 12.
Jeez.
Also
box cards.
It was box cards, so that's rolling doubles. So I'm filling up my threads there.
You overwhelm her. What else do we pick up from this? And I know it's not godlike, but I still think this is pretty amazing. So
yeah, I think like he's kind of got these kind of jets of lava and flame going out, and they're hitting the ice in the middle. And he's just like, Cold Heart, I don't want to fight you, okay? But and then the ice pushes back, and he's like, but I will if I have to be clear. And the lava sweeps back, and then there's kind of a burst of heat and kind of ash and cinders flying everywhere, and the wall just dissolves and evaporates even.
Oh, nice, because I was thinking there would be like a pools of water, but it all evaporates. That
Yeah.
totally that looks amazing. Pillar, the wall has been brought down. What are you doing?
Oh, he's just traipsing up here to the stage, I guess, and maybe as he's approaching Sophia, just like I assume she's still playing, and he's like, "Oh, I assume maybe he figured out her name by now. I don't know."
Sure. Yeah, she's got like a sign. You know, she's got a sign in front of her deck. You see, it says to Sophia Salidi.
Oh, even better. It's like, Sophia. I've heard that you have some new powers. As you can see, I've had powers too, and yours. I mean, they're very nice, but maybe they could use some focus. Let me help you.
Nice. She's mixing, and she still has the one headphones that she's looking at you, and she can hear you for some reason over the din that she's created. And she says, "No, it's perfect. It's perfect, Rockman. There's nothing wrong here."
Well, let me show you how to properly rock. And then I think if that's enough, I'm going to try to use this. You know, I was considering this Deus Ex machine, but I think an even more interesting thing, and hopefully I'll fail because it'll be super interesting, is this skilled move where I can just fix a tool under pressure. Maybe I'll try to, or make, fix, or use a tool or device. So I think I'm going to try to talk to this turntable and kind of use it as thinking like a divine power, almost like lens to kind of disperse it so it's not harming anybody, but still making them have a good time, hopefully.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So you're trying to roll perform under pressure. You get a +1 because you are specifically doing it around tools. Perform under pressure is metal. You want to help Pillar here? Or you can of course wait.
I can't do anything myself, so I'll help Pillar.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm a people person. That's what I tell myself. Okay. So I'm rolling a help, assist, aid. I got a 7.
Nice. Okay. On a 7 with provide aid, you give a +1. So the +1 from the move, +1 from Allie's help. Go ahead and roll plus metal.
Yeah, okay. Let me see here. So 11.
Wow.
Oh, no, actually, 12. It doesn't change anything, but with the extra help.
So you reach out with Allie's help and are able to fix or adjust her equipment. DJ Sophia's stuff is now under your control. What do you do with it? What do we see?
Yeah, I think I imagine it's like a huge kind of rig type thing, and he kind of just maybe grabs like one corner of it, the one that she's not using or something. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. Even better, he just gets behind the turntable and he just starts helping her turn. Of course, that's what he does. Yeah, and as he's doing it, he's like almost like talking to it, like, "Oh, we could do it like this. You turn very well, say my friend." And then it kind of like changes around him.
Nice. So, yeah, it's a pair. What I'm imagining, and I didn't describe at all, she's got a mixer in the middle and then a pair of turntables. But she's not actually mixing wax. It's all stuff that she just has a pair of, they just like giant dials. It's effectively what they look like. And then she has a laptop off to the side, and then everything's kind of all wired together. So you move in and effectively take over, communicate with the devices she's using to express her newfound untapped, or not untapped, but like untrained deity powers, and you take it over. What do you cause her music to do? How do you shift or reorient this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to go with this because we're in comic book world, but I think it's very Dazzler-esque. Like this light show happens, of course, like blossoms on the stage. And it's kind of this divine power instead of 100% going into kind of altering these people's minds. Maybe a lot of it's just into the spectacle as well, and that's kind of where it diffuses out of.
Nice. And people they drop from the panic of before and the delirium that they saw to this kind of awe. Allie, how is it that like what did you because we know you helped. How like what do you see your participation? What does it look like now that this light show is taking place and your crazy cockroaches are still roaming around? I feel like Joe's apartment. I don't know if you remember that movie. Like, anyway.
Yeah, I think that what it is that she disperses them. So they're not the sort of how should we say distraction otherwise to let whatever it is that Pillar's doing work. But I think that she also, let's see here, what would make sense? I think that she also like lets some of like the crickets and the things that are around there pick up some of the music things and add a deeper generating note of that to it.
Ooh, neat.
So that it's like this kind of otherworldly chorus echo of what it is that Sophia's doing.
Nice. So yeah, you reorient the music and people now are no longer violently pushing themselves inside and trying to join in the throngs, and now there's more of a reflective awe looking at the lights, listening to this unearthly music, and DJ Sophia is able to play without bringing people to their own doom. Cold Heart seems okay with this, Danny. Like, she even says, I wasn't trying to kill anybody. This was all her. She points to Sophia.
Danny nods. That seems very plausible. I think
yes.
I think he's like scratching the back of his neck, looking around the dance floor. He's like, "So, you want to dance?"
I think you should roll plus awe to sway her to dance with you.
So good. All right. What's my awe? 0. So that's a 7.
She says, okay, but I don't know if I'm going to hurt you. And then she reaches out and takes your hand. And there's a moment of hesitation. You know the rumors of Coulthard. She normally wears gloves. She tries to repress hurting people with her powers.
Mm-hmm.
And when she does, and she touches your hand, what is it that we see? Do we see like steam come up? What do we see?
It's gotta be steam.
Nice.
A little plume rising up in the air.
Yeah, there's a little plume of steam, and she realizes she hasn't hurt you. And there's a moment, like a bit of that normal facade where she's very reserved and keeps everything kind of repressed, or she smirks a little bit, like didn't expect that happening, even though she saw the big ice wall brought down by your lava powers. She didn't expect that, and she'll dance with you. It's it's not like a romantic arms clutching dance. It's more of a dance where you guys are touching and you're near each other. But she says, I'm trying to get my mom out of Tartarus.
Yeah.
I want her to fix me. I want to live a real life. You got to understand that, Danny.
Yeah, I get that. I'm trying to find my mom. She's kind of hard to, she's kind of distant, you know? Like like I don't know if she's seen me since she blew up my dad's garage and left me there.
I wish Pele would come to see you. I wish she. My mom can't even if she wanted.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty good at traveling places, as long as there's some lava around. So we could try to, visit her in Tartarus.
I don't know if we would get out.
Still could be, we're demigods. What's the worst that could happen?
Cool. So we'll cut away from that brilliant suggestion to Pillar, and so now Pillar, she's, I think DJ Sophia, she like takes your big rocky hand. She's like, no, like you got to find the beat. You got to find the beat and then mix it together. Like, look, and she starts showing you how to mix. Allie, what are you doing? You've got the shards of your scepter at your feet, but you've averted the crisis. What are you doing, Allie? Oh, you're muted.
It's obligatory that I do that at least once.
I was waiting for it. We made like almost 2 hours. I was like, when is this going to happen?
So I'll pick up the pieces of the scepter. I'll stick them in my bag, essentially the dimensional thing. And I'm like, essentially, I know that the plan is to stick what's her name into Tartarus to switch her for someone. Mm-hmm. So I think that at some point I'll kind of turn to Coldheart and I'll be like, is this who you're going to swap for your mom? Can tell her what you're going to do?
Man, that's rough. I think Coldheart will say the twins wanted to go first, but they're not here.
Right. Who are they swapping in?
Who do you think? Her. For Loki.
So they can come back and get her, or they're going to go find someone else?
I'll probably find someone else now. We should do this. No one knows this girl.
I look around and I go, no, Coldheart. Everyone knows this girl now.
Fame is fleeting. They'll forget.
She go, listen, your problems with your mom, your family situation, that's yours to solve. That's not their price to pay.
We're not like them.
No, you know what? It's harder to get a therapist, but it's still not their problem. That's the thing. Demigods. And she sort of leans in. She gets closer and she goes, we've got this. We've got family problems that are like crazy tunes, okay? The best we can do as representatives to humans is try to protect them from that drama, not drag them through it. That's the divider between the good guys and the bad guys.
That is a darn good argument, and it seems as if you want to sway her to give this up.
I will try it.
Is anyone trying to help her out?
I think Danny might kind of just interject in. I know not everyone thinks this, but I think you are a good guy, Coldheart.
Nice. All right. roll plus awe, and you get a +1. Well, oh, sorry, you'll have to roll plus tangles for Danny's help.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled the help and I got a 10.
Nice.
11, I guess, with the tangle.
Beauty. So that gives a +1, and then Allie also gets 1 thread.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. And I rolled an 11 plus 2 gives me a 13.
Wow. So 10, they accept your reasonable argument at no cost, and I think Cold Heart will. It's a terrible plan.
Yes.
Okay, you're not wrong.
Look, I'll do what I can. See if I can get you at least in for a visit. We can figure it out.
Okay. And then she looks at you, Danny, and she says, "So my real name is Fruza."
That's a nice name.
Thanks, Danny. You're much nicer than Yes Man was, whatever. And Yes Man is her last partner, rumored to be dating partner. So
Yeah. Danny kind of blushes bright red, and some more steam kind of rises in the air. He's like, yeah, thanks.
Cool. I feel like this scene's done. You guys good with I think the way that we end the scene is Demo's parking his Miata running to try to catch up, but he's way late. He's missed everything, and then we
ran into some unexpected lava on the drive.
Right? It was this igneous rock, and it was a lot smoother, but I kind of skidded out. Cool. So
I think when he comes in, Pillar from the turntables, it's just like, Demos, can you hear the beat? That's it.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh man, I think Demos is not really into techno at all. He's very metal, very 80s metal, very Def Leppard and Slayer, Pantera. I think that's really Demos' style. So he's like, I don't love this claptrap. It's no good. Whatever. It's your stupid beat. Good. So you guys have talked DJ Sophia down from the odd pandemonium that she was causing. The skies have calmed. They're still roiling. You know from what you've been taught, when you've been told that gods cannot remain on Earth for very long, or literal cataclysms will happen. And you also don't know how long the dynamis mechanism empowers a mortal to have godlike abilities. So you've got a moment here. What is it that you wish to do?
Kind of stops and goes, so we're going to try to find Ella?
You're asking Feruza, aka Coldheart?
Yeah, and
the other?
And her.
Feruza pulls out her life. She's got the life case or whatever, so she can actually use a phone. And she puts on her little glove so she has haptic feedback, because if she touches it, it freezes. And says, I can text them. And those idiots still think. And Team was like, whoa, wait, babe. Hey, wait a second. Why don't I just kill that one? She's a god?
And she goes, no, she's a girl. It's like her prom day. Is that who you're going to kill? You think that's going to brag you up to your dad?
No.
Right. Tell you
This
what,
sucks.
you know, the thing is I don't know how keen he's going to be on you helping let Loki out either. That's just a tactical error.
Come on, babe. I mean, kicking Loki's ass. Thor's got tons of press for that.
But that's his job.
Well, it could be my job this one time.
No, different pantheon. It'll
Wait.
never be your job.
Okay,
She goes,
yeah, but this
"It'll
one
never be
time
your
I
job."
could kick Loki's ass, and that would be kind of cool.
No, if anyone's
Come on,
gonna
Dana, you got my back.
she goes,
I
I'm telling
do
you,
think Loki in need of a little ass kicking, to be honest.
Right?
but right now he's in prison. Well, until his kids let him out. That's what I'm saying is we should probably prevent that.
So we're in a race against the Gemini twins.
Yeah, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, they're really fast.
Well, there is one way we can beat them.
What's that?
Figure out what they're going to do and get there in time.
Okay, Danny's like, all right, I'll stick my face in the lava again.
Wait, did I say that? I don't even know he does this.
Like, what? Is that code for sticking your face in the lava?
I think if anyone's like, what are you doing? And he's like, don't worry, I did this before and it was fine.
Okay.
And if it's okay with you, he's gonna like turn, I don't know, like just a section, like a small square of the dance floor into a little bubbling pool of lava, and then kind of lean down next to it and like take a deep breath and plunge his head in to see if he can learn about what the Gemini twins are getting up to.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So this is again rolling plus judgment, which is -1. So all told, that's an 8.
Okay. So on an 8, if I remember, it's muddy.
Yeah. The portents are muddy, but the general idea is clear.
Cool. I'm like, well, what's a 10 do? Oh, and it gives you a +1. So okay, cool. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. So I don't get the like mechanical +1, but I get some kind of information.
Yep. Sounds good. So you stick your face into the lava. We have the yellow, the bright yellow, and the reds, and then you see there is a large box store. You see the lights and kind of that harsh halogen lights, and this box store is filled with electronics and TVs, vacuum cleaners, huge section for video games, and then in the back there is, near the stereo section, is a thing that says Nerd Herd. It's effectively the Geek Squad version, and you see that there's a youngish guy, and he sees electricity come off of his hands suddenly, and he looks around, and then he starts drawing, and you see all this stuff that's on the walls and the stereo wall, right? All of it starts to wiggle a little bit, and some things start flying off of it towards him. And then there's like one speaker hits him on the arm, like some kind of buckler, and then he starts pulling other devices, electronics, wires, and everything on towards himself.
Is there a canonical like Iron Man type character in the Gauntlet comics setting?
That is a great question. Is there a gadgeteer? in the game that we've experienced so far. So I think there is. Give me just a moment. I'm sorry. It's just
No, it's just how Danny's gonna like explain.
Yeah, no, I love it. I don't want to mess it up. So I'm like, I must find this person. I think in the Bronze generation we had somebody. Nope. I think we're gonna go with no, that person's an electric being. Helix is a electric being comprised of data. That doesn't exactly work. There was a time traveling science hero named Sam Cobalt.
Sam Cobalt. I can
close enough.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. He like kind of lifts his head out of the lava, shakes some lava out of his hair. Turns to the others. He's like, guys, we got some kind of dime store Sam Cobalt sparking up in the big box store. Let's if we go through the lava, it'll be a shortcut.
Okay, let's do it.
Because Danny's gonna like make this pool of lava grow bigger, kind of, and then like Mono the shark is like kind of circling around in it until a little like kind of depression appears in the middle of the lava, and you see some kind of lava passage that Danny's kind of gesturing for everyone to follow him through.
I think that's going to require a roll, not to burn people terribly. I love this idea.
Well, so I've got this move, Safe Passage.
Ooh, you do? Okay.
Bring a small group safely through your element. You can take them any distance as long as your element is uninterrupted. And I think if it's okay, it's just that we're like delving into the earth and turning it into lava as we go.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right.
Turning the ground underneath the city into lava is not a problem.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll harden
This is
up.
mostly safe. Roll 2d6 plus metal.
Yep. So let's
7 to 9. Please give me a 7 to 9.
Are folks following Danny into this lava tunnel?
Sure.
Great. Yeah, I think if he like kind of like is getting on Mono the shark, he maybe like awkwardly gestures to Coldheart and is like, there's room for 2 on the shark.
Ooh, she says. We're still technically a team. I'd really rather not fight them.
All right. I guess that's whatever. That's cool.
But later.
And I think if Pillar hears that, he's like, room for 2.
Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna roll for this move.
Yes.
Oh shoot.
Please miss. Please miss.
So that's a 6 overall. That's a miss.
Cool. So safe passage. On a miss, you and your friends all take 2 harm, but at least you get. Wait, this isn't where you wanted to go. Ask the Herald where you wound up.
I do have elemental control. I do have control element, so everyone only takes 1 harm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the control. That's where the gifts often pay off, Sherry. I know we there were times where we were like, what do these gifts do? And the gifts will often adjust moves, and that's one that pays off for you. So everybody takes 1 harm. Wow, Allie, you're not doing awesome, are you?
No, I think she'd kind of forgotten. She remembers now.
That's all right. I'll when we get a quiet moment, I can use my rub some dirt on it move to help heal you up by splashing lava on you.
Oh, great.
Cauterize it, wash it, seal it with dirt.
Or I could heal myself. There's also that. There's
yeah, but why would you pass up the chance to be healed by lava?
That's a good question. It's something to write down in my diary. So
anyway, so yeah, Danny's on the shark and Pillar's awkwardly behind him, and he's like, all right, Mono, to the big box store.
Nice. And the big box store is actually the Buy More, and Nerd Herd is like part of the Buy More. So yeah, to the Buy More, and you cut a swath through the rock and the dirt, the asphalt, and then you have a miss, and I'm sorry because I've got to reuse or reincorporate a thing, but like you burst through this wall and you don't recognize this area, Danny, but both Allie and Pillar, you see that the shark has brought you to the labyrinth.
Oh,
This isn't the Bymore. What's up, Mono? You okay, boy?
Get sent to the labyrinth again.
Mono's not usually like that, and also since everyone like took some lava damage while we were going through.
Everybody takes 1 harm.
I think like Danny like only now notices that like his like shirt is a little on fire, and he's like, "Whoa!"
Nice.
Tries to pat it out.
Well, I guess I can try healing since we've all got a little bit.
But what? Why do we end up here? I don't understand what's going on. And he's like, Danny's like looking closely at Mono to see like what's going on with his shark. Is his shark okay?
Yeah, I think Mono kind of swims away from you for a little bit and fishes around. Where you guys are is there's this odd greenish light, greenish sky above. You're in the little grotto where the animals. By the way, one of the deer, Danny, has plant antlers, which we called plantlers. And it comes up and it sniffs Pillar. Because Pillar's got the same kind of green stuff going on as those antlers. But Mono kind of fishtails and swims around for a little bit away from them, and of course avoids the little pool of water here. Mono seems pretty pissed at himself. It's not right.
So there's lots of life energy here. This seems like
There is a great deal.
Growth.
Perfect
so I'm going to
time.
try that.
Okay, go ahead and give that a shot.
I mean, I can still roll like Sherry, but
You can.
that's.
I'll allow it.
But I'm adding 2.
Okay.
So that gives me a 10.
Nice. On a 10, you heal 4 harm distributed as you choose.
And because I have Vital Aura, I actually have an additional. It says heal an additional harm. So that's 5 to go around.
Yep.
Give 1 to Pillar, 1 to Danny, and 3 to myself, which will take me back up to only 1 harm.
Awesome. That is amazing. What does it look like?
I think that essentially she just kind of, she can feel all the energy and she kind of just goes, okay, guys, and does a sort of drawing motion. And you see like the grass in the thing grow up and, essentially higher, and the trees kind of fruit near her, and everything goes to blossom, and then you get healed.
Neat.
Whoa. Cool. Thanks, Allie.
I love the idea that there's all this like clover or something growing on Pillar now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that sounds good. Like more and more moss is growing on him and clovers and all kinds of greenery. That is really cool. I want someone to draw the newer version of Pillar. So Danny, I think eventually Mono will come back to you, and Mono does the growl. We see the subtitles of Mono explaining that the labyrinth must have interceded, that the path was true, but the labyrinth drew you in.
I don't like this place. It just keeps popping up places. Your wardrobe, my lava.
It's where the Dynamis machine was. Am I saying that right?
Mhm.
Dynamis mechanism. That's right. I'm sure Daedalus would give me a hard time. Anyway, I hate all of these extra special words everyone has to use for their extra special godly things. Anyway, let's take care of this. Essentially, we just have to move through and eventually we'll figure our way out. Or we can find Daedalus, and he'll help us get out. One or the other.
But we can't just hang out around in a labyrinth. We gotta stop the Gemini twins.
Right? And in order to do that, you got to leave it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just Do you want to leave it the normal way or go back through the lava though?
But he said that it put itself in his way, which means that we have to go through it. See, it's a trial, Danny.
All right.
And she goes, I should have you come and visit my stepdad. He'd take you through all the basics.
That could be nice, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta watch it though, because he'll like talk you into all kinds of things.
Be good to talk to somebody's parent, he says.
Oh, ouch.
But then he like pauses. He's like, "Hang on, I didn't have this before I went through the lava." And he like pulls something that's like now like looped through his belt, and he's got this ancient Hawaiian throwing axe with shark teeth along the like blade of it.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's like, "Mom does care."
Nice.
See?
So that's my epic weapon I picked up from my last advancement.
Oh, that's so cool. I was like, hey, I don't remember this gift. Oh, he's just brought it into play. That's brilliant. Good work.
Very good. Okay, so we will go through our trial.
Attempt to navigate the labyrinth, describe how you do it, and then roll plus attribute.
I think, Pillar, when he sees that axe too, he's like, oh, last time I was here, I got a girlfriend. Should I craft your axe into someone now that you don't have a crush on Coldheart?
Look, we're going to need to have a longer talk later, Pillar, okay?
Okay.
So I think that since they're distracted and talking about girlfriends, I will make the first move. And I think that what I'm going to do is, we were here before, so I know that the best thing to do is not go the same way we went before. So I will take the other turn.
That sounds very logical.
Doesn't it, though? I don't think logic works in a labyrinth, but we'll give it a try.
All right.
So what would I be adding? Just rolling a 2d6?
I think you're rolling plus judgment.
Okay.
Is anyone helping? I think they're maybe talking about girlfriends, but if they see you doing stuff, maybe somebody will come over.
I got an 8.
All right. On 7 to 9, hold 1.
Right.
You also encounter a guardian.
Oh, yay.
Cool. So, the two of you, Pillar and Danny, you see Allie has taken off out of this glade and has picked a new path. There's a rounded archway, and she heads through it. I assume you guys follow, unless you're letting her go off do her own thing. Cool.
Yeah, we follow.
Cool. So you head through, and there's this long corridor, but you can see that there are kind of... You've seen one of those, like, as if it looks out into a courtyard, and there are these rounded archways that look out, and there's low-hanging branches that brush across, and as the three of you start to walk across, an arcade. Thank you. Yes, that is the word that I was looking for. And as you start to walk through the arcade, you can see at the end there is which goes to his notes for treasure. You see that there is a scepter that looks somewhat familiar. And as you see that, Allie, you're leading the other two, you hear this bird call, and then there's a rustling in the the branches, and then you hear there are many, many more. Now, how much did you listen to your stepfather talking about all of the Greek legends?
I would say that I picked up the Cliff Notes version. There would be a certain point when he got into all of his cousins and the arguments and feuds they were in that I would get very drowsy and, wish that I had something other than the Tupperware.
So there's something about these Stymphalian birds with beaks of bronze that sounds vaguely familiar. They are crane-sized, and there are a number of them that come through the kind of rounded little windows towards the three of you. And so, yeah. What do you do, Allie?
They are animals of a type. What are they?
They are.
What are they hungry for?
Oh, flesh. They are man-eating birds.
Or are they just flesh-eating birds?
Sure, they're flesh-eating birds. By the way, they have sharp metallic feathers.
Really? That sounds useful.
And poisonous dung. Don't forget that. Poisonous dung.
Oh, no. I don't want to my garden.
Because Greek myths, so yeah.
I meant someone I don't want to take back to the house. So
yes, you don't want to take these guys back to the house.
No, I don't. So let's see here. Then what will I do? I think that the first thing that I will do is I will grow up the grass, or no, call a swarm of something. There's lots of little things here just to give me space and time to figure out what to do with these guys.
Okay. You can summon command a swarm of small birds which have flesh, so that might be it. If that's what you're looking for to kind of buy time, because they will definitely go after the easier prey.
Okay.
David.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Okay. Yes, that's what I will do. But I'm watching them to see how I can get an approach on them to take their numbers down. But
okay, cool. Seems like you are trying to read them, right?
Sure.
Okay. Roll plus judgment.
All right. I should buy some of that at some point.
You should.
Got a 7.
All right. With the 7, you get 2 questions.
All right. Let's see here. I am going to, let's see here. This is kind of a weird one, but since they're not peoples or places or artifacts precisely, let's see here. How can I get these birds to leave?
Ooh, great. That is a really good question. The Stymphalian birds are bothered by extremely loud noises. You recall a bit of a story that your stepfather droned on about in how Heracles defeated them in his 6th labor.
Awesome. All right. And I'm like, oh no, what we need now is a lot of noise. And then, let's see. Also, how can I get out of this place?
Ooh, this place, and you're reading a part of the labyrinth. So how could you get out of this place? I'll tell you what. You sense that there is a pattern to the weave that you can follow, and I'll allow you to go ahead on the next time that you roll the labyrinth move and roll with Fate's favor.
Okay, that sounds great. All right then. So I will back up and go, okay, a bunch of noise will help us get rid of these things.
I can make noise.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I think Danny kind of puts a hand to the ground, and you see a little kind of like lava trail molehill its way away from him, and then a spurt of lava bursts out, and there's like a kind of like sonic boom, like you sometimes get with high powered volcanic eruptions, and bits of rock are flying everywhere, and noisy, like an eruption optimized for noise.
Cool. Okay. Let's work that into a move. It sounds like maybe you're leaning towards cataclysm, but I want to make sure that that's where your head was at.
I think Cataclysm's kind of almost bigger than that. Like, honestly, this is like more controlled than he usually does with
Fair.
this
Okay. So do you think you're performing under pressure then, trying not to let this blow up too badly?
That's an interesting thought. The other thing I was going to suggest is bend fate, where he's bending fate to let his elemental control be more like subtle and precise than it usually is.
I think that is great, and we haven't seen bend fate in a while, so let's have you bend fate. I prefer that.
Plus weird.
It is.
My weird's 1.
Your weird boy. 1.
That's a 4 overall.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. So that level of control, unfortunately, is beyond you. The good news is that the Stymphalian birds sense all of this, and it effectively scares them away.
Yeah.
Better news is you're going to be fine with all this lava that's now bubbling up and coming into the corridor. The not so good news is Allie might not do so well as the lava threatens to spill over and engulf your friend. Pillar, maybe, it just grows bigger. We'll find out. But Allie, you see that the courtyard, there's this sudden eruption, and there are these gouts of lava and magma that are spilling over into this area. You see the weave, like you need to go through to have the shortest path out of here. What do you do?
Sorry, guys, my bad.
That's okay. I was thinking more like, banging pots and pans together or something, but that's good. And I think she's going to jump back towards where the scepter is. Pick that up.
All right. That sounds like a pretty cool performer under pressure. If you want to run out of here and grab that scepter, you can give that a shot. Roll plus metal. Don't forget, you have Fate's favor. So you're rolling 3d6, adding your metal to this.
Okay. All right.
You're pretty metal-tastic, so hopefully you'll pull this off.
Oh. So it's a good thing. So I rolled 6. That gives me an 8.
Now, if you really wanted to, you could choose those 2 2s, and then you get an XP, but then you'd fail.
Right. Now, I've already failed plenty this evening.
Okay, fine. All right. So with a 7
mediocrity.
On a 7 to 9, there's a complication. Choose one from the list. You take some harm, something breaks, take longer than it should. If it takes longer than it should, I'm going to say that maybe you didn't grab the scepter, but the result's only partially effective. Your next roll is with Fate's disfavor. What do you think?
I do think that harm makes sense. She made a risky choice, and she'll pay a price for it.
Sweet. You lose a sandal in the lava.
No.
You run past.
Favorite one. I had it broken in. Okay.
But you do grab the scepter, and you are able to make it out of the lava pool. Danny, I don't think you need to roll. Like, this is a thing. So I'm curious how Pillar is managing this large lava pool.
I think maybe he this kind of flows over his feet, and it's like, oh, this is unpleasant. I don't think this is a good idea. And I guess the easy thing is he just uses his the shoes of Hermes, sandals, I guess, to fly over it. But I think, especially if he sees if it's, I guess we're kind of out of the danger now. But if he sees Allie still in danger too, he's gonna try to protect her.
She pulled off the roll, so yeah, I think we can color the scene that you fly up over the lava and then you move to try to help Allie out, but she manages to grab the scepter and curses slightly as she.
These things happen.
Oh, penalty to bend fate misses. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh, no worries. I just said that Danny's taken aback by his failure here, and takes one harm just from not being quick enough to shield himself from some of the rocks flying around as he makes this lava explosion.
Lava, no big deal, but maybe you get clunked in the head by a rock. That sounds pretty great. And maybe you're the last one that comes through. Pillar doesn't even worry about you because you're in your element. And then I had to pause because I had to do a dad joke. And then you stumble through and you guys make it to the next room. Next room is... you have entered a room with a very large functioning water clock. It's not at all like the mechanism from before. It looks like it's almost like a series of locks that are moving this brackish water and telling time. Causes Daedalus, so he likes that kind of stuff. As you look at the diamond scepter, there's something different about it, Allie.
Really?
Yeah. There's something different about it. And before, Hades had given you the scepter, and of course it had the mark of Hades. And trying to remember, it was Triton who had a trident. So what would Pluto/Hades symbol be? What to think on that?
The symbol could be his helmet of invisibility.
Yes, there we
So
go.
it's an invisible symbol.
Right. But what you see now on this scepter there are stalks of wheat, and it is marked with the symbol of Demeter, who would be your grandmother.
Interesting. All right.
Cool. So as you guys are in the water clock room, tell me, how would you like to get out? What is the plan here?
Guys, that was my bad back there. I felt like I could do that, like nice and subtly, and it just got away from me a bit. So, sorry.
It's kind of hard to find a place to practice lava, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. It's really difficult.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
Danny, you don't need to be sad. That did make a very distracting, loud noise.
Thanks, Pillar. You got a little, and I like brush some of the bits of kind of ash that have settled onto his mossy exterior. So you want me to take a go at this labyrinth thing?
Sure.
Colby and I just kind of wandered at random, so I've never really navigated it before.
Oh, yeah. So what you do is you try to read the weave and choose the next door. If you do well, you get further along. You get a little, you just get more lost, but usually not. I mean, if you feel up for it.
Yeah. No, I can do this. I got this. He's like talking himself up after that last failure. What's okay? So you say how you do it and pick the attribute.
Yep.
I think that it's he like is smart enough to know that his own judgment is not the thing that he needs to rely on. So I think he kind of does the like Luke Skywalker with the little practice droid thing, where he's gonna kind of like close his eyes and just kind of lean into his own, weird attunement with the elements to like, see if like the heat of the underground will give him the direction he needs to navigate this labyrinth.
Cool. I like it. Go ahead and roll plus weird.
Roll plus weird. Whew, and there we go. That's a 9.
Nice. Now, does anyone want to help?
Oh yeah, someone help him. Let's push this up.
Sure, I'm rooting for him since he just had a big fail.
All right, roll plus your threads.
Okay.
Sorry, tangles.
Tangles. It is a little bit close. Okay, so I'm rolling +1.
Okay.
I dropped the 2 dice I'm going to roll.
Yeah, because we eco-terrorized a whaling fleet together, and
Exactly.
that creates a bond.
Man, I am the worst tonight. I am. So that's a 5 total.
Oh, okay. So that is still a 9, which means that you will face a guardian, and
And a miss with provide aid means you're exposed to danger in your effort to help. So sorry, Allie.
Yeah, it does. Yep. So that is not even a doubles. So it's just a flat, ugly miss. So the good news is that the 7 and 9 still get you a hold. That will be your second hold. You have the opportunity, based on the move, that you will encounter a guardian. So, think for just a moment here as check my happy little notes. Yep. So the first thing that happens is that you guys come out of the water clock room following the blinded Danny, and Danny leads you into another larger room. You could see that it has a number of steps. I'm kind of imagining like an MC Escher, steps that lead in all kinds of different directions and open up, and some of them where you'll be upside down. And as you guys start to follow Danny, he heads up a set of steps, and then all of a sudden he's walking sideways, and
he's still got his eyes closed, so he doesn't know there's any kind of optical illusion room going on.
Exactly. And then as you are trying to help him out and give him a little bit of direction, Allie, I think that just double checking here. Yeah, I think that what happens is you're close. He kicks up, and the gravity picks up a bit of dust and just give you like one harm. But there's several pebbles and dust that fall directly down into your face as you're standing underneath him, and he had walked up a wall. And I just like that color, and I'm not going to do anything terrible about that. However, as you guys are starting to move along, oh, were you saying something, Sherry? I'm sorry, you're muted.
Sorry.
It's once an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So I think she was like about to say something to him, and like a pebble drops into the back of her throat, and so she like swallows it, and then she's like trying to think if there's anything that happens if you swallow something from the labyrinth, because she's got all the world fears.
Yes. You never leave the labyrinth.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're like Hoggard? I can't remember the little goblin dude. So Danny, you're walking along, you're feeling confident, you feel the breeze kind of changing, and then you hear a low growl, followed by a second low growl. A pair of them, like a two-headed dog.
Oh, it's that bad dog again.
And Pillar and Allie, both of you see what Danny says, as directly above you, completely upside down, is a flame-wreathed, chained, two-headed dog Orthrus. And it leaps. And leaps high enough to where the gravity shifts and changes into where it now falls and is coming directly towards you, Pillar and Allie. What do you do?
My first inclination is to say, "Oh, who's a good boy?" Exactly.
He's not a good boy, Allie. He's a bad boy, bad dog.
Oh, poor Orthus. Let's see here. Gosh, I don't have any. Do I have any snacks on me? What would it take? We ordered some before we left.
It's true. It's true. Do you have? I don't know. I mean,
No, there's no preparedness roll, is there?
There isn't. If
Okay.
only. Jason Mills, if only there were preparedness roll.
Exactly. Let's see here then. I suppose that because I'm good with animals then, I will try to awe him, as in try to get him to hold up and pause before he attacks.
All right. I think that you are definitely trying to sway this poor doggy. Your death move disappeared. Oh,
I know. That was my fault. I tried to
there we go. I fixed it.
do the best. So I guess I'll roll +1. I don't know why I do these things. So I got a 7.
Okay. On sway someone on a 7 to 9, they'll do it, but they demand some kind of price.
Okay.
Orthrus demands treats.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, hate doing this. And yet that is what that whole clearing is for, isn't it? How many meatballs this evening? Yes, I will bring him treats.
Okay. So you talk. I imagine you kind of have a dogged conversations. He lands in between. He's growling, and are you submissive to get him to talk to you? Are you an alpha on top of him? Like, how did you pull this off?
It's a good question. I think that what happens is probably that she does pull that sort of alpha, like, nature, this is my, demands, or you're in my demands, knowing that it'll lead to a bargain so that we don't have to have a big show about it. But yes. And so it is kind of one of those things. It's a negotiation like you would do with a big dog. He's going to be very fierce. You're not going to be afraid of him. You're going to wait him out until he lets you pet him. And then you figure out the rest of your relationship. Isn't that how that goes? So I guess it's kind of alpha, right?
I like it. Cool.
Okay.
So we have a couple panels. You like growling back and forth with the two-headed Orthrus. Pillar, you're right. Like you're in between them. What do we see Pillar doing in these panels?
Yeah, I think so he's not exactly sure what they're saying. So I think his initial thought is to, you said it was chained?
No, it has a chain around its neck, but it doesn't seem like it's tethered anywhere. It just mostly looks cool,
Of course. I think I'm gonna try and talk to this chain and see if it can help us out.
Awesome. Okay. That didn't see that coming, and I'm here for it. So let's have you pull off that move to talk to an inanimate object.
Yes. So I think I'm trying to figure out how it works. So I'm going to have to get close enough to touch it. So the stakes here are pretty clear.
You could get big.
Oh wow! I got to double the boxcars.
Wow.
So
okay.
So this says my touch device or object. Understand how it works. The understanding will fade. Oh, it won't fade because I have divine intellect. But 10+, take one for it to push the object's performance beyond the normal. So,
yeah. So this chain is, I mean, the link is off. Like I said, he's no longer held by a chain, but Orthrus, or Orthus, is this chain is normally by his owner. Is that's how he's like led around and commanded. So if you attach something to that collar, as it were, you know exactly how to use it to control things. You also know that Orthrus is the offspring of your if you guys remember from the character creation, Typhon, or not, I'm sorry, Triton was your buddy. No, so this is the offspring of Echidna, and one of her lovers is this dog. So not that super matters, but tied together. But Orthrus is not like Cerberus. It only has 2 heads, but that's what you figure out. This chain is like its collar, and if you were to attach something to the chain, you could use it to command Orthrus.
Yeah, I think, it's, Lexi pointed out, I need to explain how this works, but also, is there anything that I could craft into any kind of tether that's around? Maybe, so we're in the stairs, like this, like MC Escher area, right?
Yeah.
No.
I have a broken scepter.
Hey, that could work. Yeah, maybe I'll take that, and as I'm doing it, kind of, Pillar probably said that out loud. This is how this comic's going to work. He's going to say, I had something to attach to this chain. Seems that it wants to keep this little puppy at bay, but there's nothing that is attached to it. If only I had something. And maybe if Allie produces that. This could work.
Cool. Then what I'd like for you to do, and this might be the last roll of the night, if you can perform under pressure to create a chain that will hold, you've got an epic weapon, so I'll give you a +1 to it. Let's just see you perform under pressure to kind of pull off making this fanciful work. Does that sound about right? You'll sound fair? Okay, roll plus metal, and you do get a +1 to it.
Oh, so yeah. I think you said an additional +1?
Yeah, the +1 because you're using the broken pieces of her epic. Allie has given you an epic weapon with which to craft this. So
that pushes me to 10 then.
Nice. Okay, you get it done. No problem. You create this. What was it? Golden, the scepter, or it was diamond?
It's diamond.
Nice.
Yeah, an awesome diamond chain.
An awesome diamond chain. Do you clip it onto Orthrus's chain? His chain collar there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think just like, all right, now calm down, friend. We have time to talk, and there'll be treats later.
Orthrus,
assuming. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Orthrus sits. One of the heads looks up, waiting for a treat. The other starts licking his paw. Seems very docile now that you guys have offered it treats. You've offered it treats again.
Yeah, Danny had raised his axe, and now that he sees that they've got Orthus under control, he kind of lowers it, looking a little disappointed at not getting to use it.
I think it's like a giant dog too, right? That's how I'm picturing it.
Yeah, it's real big. It's like
it's
not quite horse big, but it's big.
Maybe Pillar extends himself as far as he can go, just to scratch one of the chins. It's like, good boy.
Nice. So based on time, because I like to do a little bit of feedback at the end, I think we'll end here in the MC Escher channel of the labyrinth. You guys have 2 hold. So let's go ahead. I'm going to stick that in the labyrinth. Move text there. I will just add a row, and and then I'm gonna mark that so we don't forget it. I'll change so the text. Cool. All right. And there we go. All right. So that will bring this session to an end. Does anybody have any in-session moves? I don't recall anyone have any, but I always like to double check.
I do not.
Okay. Cool. And there are no in-session moves for the game. So let's move on in to... Oh, anybody have any, like, double check your thread stuff to see if there's anything that you did that we didn't mark. I think we did a pretty good job of keeping track of things.
We marked a whole bunch of threads this session.
So much XP.
Yeah, I think we just checked to see if we were epic, right? Is that end of session thing?
Were you guys epic? I think so. Yes, with Orthrus. Yes, with stopping a muse goddess who just manifested her powers. Yes, with the big fight of the lava against the ice wall. Yeah, I think there were some epics there. Feel right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'll take an epic. Thank you.
Felt epic to me. It's the kind of stuff I would definitely subscribe to this comic for.
Okay.
Did that give you an advancement pillar? Am I reading this character keeper right?
Yeah, I think so. I think I just got there with that. I'll think about that for next time.
Nice. All right, let's do our normal feedback process that I like to use, roses and thorns. We start with thorns, areas of opportunity, challenges with the rule set, anything that felt like it was missing. Yeah. That's generally... Who'd like to go first on thorns?
I didn't feel particularly thorny this evening. I'm sorry. How about my dice? My dice were the worst.
Your dice were the best because I got to do crazy stuff to you guys. Anything else, Sherry?
No, it was interesting. I got to be the most frustrated, powerless Allie, and then we traded that around a little bit between Danny and I with some mistakes, but it worked.
So let me check in with you about destroying the epic weapon. Did that feel like too much of a hard move? Because I felt a little hesitant even after I did it.
No, I think that in some ways it was a demonstration of the extent of her power. Does that make any sense? So
yeah, that's where my head was at. So
yeah, so that's fine. I didn't take it off my sheet in the fact that I figured I would restore it in some way. I just wouldn't use that ability until I had one. So
right.
I don't know if the Scepter is a replacement for that or what.
Yeah, it is. It is Demeter's Scepter. But I also, like, to me, when it first flickered into my head, I was like, well, we have an artisan here. If need be, we can reforge it. And so that gave me a little comfort level. But I did want to check in because I don't want to feel like I took away something you thought was cool and made you feel helpless, because I was worried about that because
in one thing is when I gave him the scepter to use for the thing, is Orthus will be useful to us in the short term, but our attention will waver, and then Orthus becomes Hades' dog. So essentially, if that makes any sense. So that was just as much as anything, that was her.
It's got 2 dogs, 5 heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much, Sherry. David or Alexi, would like to go next?
I got one. This was a overall very, very good session, and in the end, the only thing that stuck out as a thorn was that moment where it seemed like I was using Cataclysm, but mechanically it was a weird application of Cataclysm, and I think our approach made it work for our session, but it does make me wonder whether the wording of Cataclysm as a move should be opened up a little bit, so someone who wants to Cataclysm for non-combat purposes can just do that right out of the box,
Yeah, I would like to see Cataclysm as some. I always like moves that are, yes, you could use this for kicking ass, but you can also use it for creative problem solving. I really like that. So, because the all the triggers for Cataclysm felt like that's what you wanted. So I'm glad that we worked through it. But yeah, you're right. It's like the results didn't talk about that. So yeah, good feedback, Alexi. Anything else? I think you just said the one, but it's always.
If I'm really stretching, I think near the beginning, I think the that like special divine apple. I think right. Was it the apple of discord? I think last time I used my ascendance move because I think I explained that the apple like he was keeping it inside him or something.
Oh crap! I totally forgot that. I'm so sorry.
But I will say like, since I made up headcanon wise at least, like since it is the apple of discord, of course it would like, oh, I'll find my way to some random person to cause more chaos. So I was able to explain that momentary like disappointment away pretty fast.
Well, thank you for being generous, but yeah, I really wish I had not forgotten that. I would agree that the apple of discord would definitely do that thing, but I would have if I'd had the wherewithal to remember that. Oh yeah, we already had a place for that. I would have tried to bring it forth in the fiction.
Yeah, I do love the idea of it just being in the hands of a random Uber driver. So that works out pretty good.
Right? Yes. Cool. Thanks. I appreciate that, David. And we'll stick with you for roses. So where you give attaboy attagirls to your fellow players for moments that you found interesting or fun.
Oh yeah. This one was really good. Like I said, I had to stretch to find that tiny bad moment. Let's see. I really like the cold heart and Danny kind of flirting situation. And then Allie is always really interesting. I think my favorite moment with Pillar and Allie was that flight over when we had that, like, you'd be a great superhero, wouldn't you? And she was kind of like, oh, you should get a sweet costume or something. That was pretty fun.
That was really great, and I love it because it also kind of bridged the two versions of Pillar that we've seen. So that was really fun for me. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. So we'll work back up the list to Alexi. What roses did you have, Alexi?
Yeah. Oh man, so much good stuff this session. Big rose to you, Rich. Rolling with crazy things I threw at you, including the prophecy move and the travel through lava move, and I think you made that all great, and the playing the cold heart Danny scene was so fun for me. Thank you for running the other side of that. For my fellow players, it was a quieter moment, but I thought that when Allie used her healing move on us while we were in that kind of grove within the labyrinth, that just was lovely to picture, and really enjoyed seeing that side of the character in that moment, and just all of kind of Pillar's reactions to things, especially talking to the DJ booth and talking to the chain. Very good. I do have to give a special rose to Pillar on like kind of his like very poor wingmanship for Danny with Cold Heart. That was a huge highlight.
Yes, best janitor, worst wingman, Pillar. Sherry, did you have any roses you want to hand out?
Yeah, I kind of like the whole theme with the parents, with that, that being the problem. And whereas some of the characters, Danny and Pillar, have nothing in the way of parents, she has an abundance of parents, if that makes any sense. And so her problems are very separate. And she, I like that whole her trying to cope with other demigods who have a completely different, crazy way of thinking about them. They're not that great. They're a lot of work. Oh, parents.
Yes, she's absolutely right. I want to see my mom.
No, but
I might be disappointed.
But I love Pillar. I love Pillar's orthogonal directions to the scene. They're always perfect and beautiful and set up something I wasn't expecting. And Danny was 100% Lava Boy. I mean, wow. Like he to Cold Heart, it was the greatest pairing and the most awkward little almost romance ever. I really enjoyed that. So it was great. And I like Cold Heart as a character anyway.
Yay!
Yay.
I was worried she would become not likable, but I'm glad that worked out for you guys. Quick question before I let you go. Throwing you back into the labyrinth didn't feel like too much of a good thing. Was it okay?
No, it's good.
I liked it, and I hadn't gotten to do that navigate move, so glad to get a chance at that. I guess plausibly, well, not to get ahead of ourselves, but plausibly we could just run into Colby here if he hasn't managed to get out of it yet.
Yes, that's entirely likely and probable. So I was like, yep, I feel like the labyrinth is where it is. And then I'm like, oh yeah, we got to do the labyrinth move again. Oh gosh, I hope they don't get mad, but this kind of pleases me. So cool. So thank you guys so much for playing this with me again. The orthogonal approaches, I agree. You guys all kept me on your toes from the moments when Ally's like, and I club her. I'm gonna smite you. That just, I didn't see it coming, and it was great. And all of the times where Danny's like, okay, I didn't think that this would cause this much of a problem. Sorry guys. And Pillar's weird, like genial, childlike, oh, friend dog, oh, friend stigmalian birds. It's so delightful. This is such a quirky, weird game, and I'm glad that we're all just along for the ride. So it just tickles me to no end. I really enjoy running this game with you guys. So we will finish this story up next week and bring Demigods PBTA to a close for Gauntlet Comics for now. Thank you all.